So the next strategy that blockchain use to secure itself is through cryptography. What is cryptography? The word crypt or crypto simply means secret, hidden, vault. And the word graphy means study, writing, or knowledge. So when we say cryptography, we are saying the study of things that are hidden, the study of secrets. That's what we call cryptography. And you either call it cryptography or you call it cryptology. It's the study of secrets, it's the study of vault, hiding things. That's actually a very basic definition. If you want a more authentic definition, cryptography is the practice and study of techniques for secure communication in the presence of third-party adversaries. So, I want to communicate something to you, but I don't want any other person to understand what I'm talking about. That's why sometimes people open their ear wide and put their hand so that you talk to their ear, so no other person would hear or imagine what you are talking about. It's very common with footballers. Whenever they're talking on the field, they're always closing their mouth so that the media will not carry the information or the opponent team will not understand what they are saying. So that's what we call cryptography. It's the study for secure communication in the presence of enemies, opponent, or third parties. So which means that if I want to tell you something, I don't want any other person to understand what I'm telling you. Now, in the past, it was misinterpreted as encryption. Encryption is just a type of cryptography. Cryptography is very wide. So encryption is just an aspect of it, a very popular aspect. And what is encryption? Encryption is converting information from a readable state to unintelligible nonsense. As humans, we're very brilliant. There's a limit to our IQ. So you are converting an information from what our normal human IQ can understand to what our normal human IQ cannot understand. The question that most people have is, what is the need of encrypting your data? Actually, it started in the past, in the time of World War I, World War II, when you have to pass information to somebody, but you don't want your enemy to interject the information. So you want the information to be passed to the rightful person. If I want to send information to you and I don't want other people to understand what I'm talking about, I will write the message and I will encrypt it. So if I write "this is a boy," I would encrypt it, which means I will convert it to something that no human being can understand easily, except the person I'm sending it to, because I'll put like a key for the person to understand it. Wherever you see S, it means this. Wherever you see is, put Y, something like that. So it's just a way of securing information. You are converting something that's readable to something that is non-readable. If you see X, P, Z, X again, K, R, what is the meaning? It means that this is a boy that's been encrypted to something that has no meaning. That's what we call encryption. You're converting something that is readable to something that's unintelligible. It can also mean that I'm converting this whole sentence, this sentence that you can read easily, I'm converting it to SPSKR. So the process of converting it is what we call encryption. What is the purpose of doing this encryption? Is because we want to protect our information. We want to protect our data. We want to protect our communication. That's why we do all these things, for protection, so that only the intended participant can decipher or read it. Only the receiver, the intended receiver, can understand it. So if I'm sending information to you, I want to be sure that anybody that have access to it cannot understand it except you. That's what we call cryptography. Third parties or hackers or the public cannot read private messages. If I send an email to you, I don't want another person to have access to it. But if by any means the person thinks that is very smart, I want to hack it, when they hack the email, all they will see is unintelligible nonsense. What they will say is SKPE RZ123QP. They can't understand it. What they cannot understand. So that you will be the only one that will receive the email and understand it. So any other person that want to hack it on the way will not be able to understand what is written. That is what we call cryptography. And it involves mathematics, computer science, and several other studies in order to create the protocol or the algorithm. The algorithm is just the set of rules, the rules and regulations that needs to be followed for this communication to happen. It also means to communicate properly despite the underlying design. So your laptop is able to communicate effectively with your phone. Your phone can communicate effectively with your TV. It's because of the protocol or the algorithm that was written for it, to be sure that once it's phone, it will adapt to phone style. Once it's a computer, it will adapt to a computer style. And if it's a TV, it will adapt to a TV style. And we have two types of cryptography. We have what we call symmetric cryptography and asymmetric cryptography. As the name implies, symmetric. Symmetric means it's the same. So what is the same here? Symmetric cryptography is otherwise known as symmetric encryption. It means the same key. So you are using the same key to encode and decode. So if I type A as an example. Now, encoding is the process of converting this A to something that is nonsense. Let's say P1I. What is P1I? It has no meaning. So the process of converting this readable information to something unreadable is what we call encoding. So the process of reversing it back, whereby I convert P1I to AAA, is what we call decoding. So symmetric key cryptography, otherwise known as symmetric encryption, is saying that we are using the same key to do the encoding and decoding. The same key, the same password is being used for both encoding and decoding, and it's mostly used by your system, your Windows system, your Mac system. They apply symmetric key cryptography in ensuring the security of your laptop. The US Advanced Encryption Standard is being used for classified information by the US government. But the problem with this method is that is the key. I told you the same key is being used for both encryption and decryption, or encoding and decoding. Another type of cryptography is what we call asymmetric cryptography, which means that we are using two different keys now. So if the person have access to one key, how do you get access to the other key? So symmetric deals with one key and asymmetric deals with two keys, which means one key is used for encoding and the other key is used for decoding or decrypting. Decoding and decrypting mean the same thing.